What's the difference between heroin and ice cream? It's the same, actually. When you think about it, it hits the same areas of the brain. Heroin just hits the area about 1,000 times greater than ice cream does. So why is one moralized and the other one isn't? Why do we have an epidemic of heroin and opioid use that kills 50 to 60,000 people a year of overdose? But nobody's talking about the 300,000 people a year that die of obesity, right? Obesity accounts for 1 in 5 deaths in America because food is pleasure, right? It's no different than heroin. Heroin is pleasure. So when we moralize or stigmatize a certain pursuit of pleasure over another pursuit of pleasure, that's hypocrisy. And it's hypocrisy at its worst, right? Because everyone pursues pleasure, right? Sugar is sweet. It releases dopamine. Okay, why would I not want to eat sugary food? Why would I not want to go have an orgasm in the middle of my brain by shooting up heroin? Right? It makes perfect sense. The problem is the after effects of these things that cause the worst. So as we grow up, we're conditioned to this reward motivated behavior, right? So we do something and it elicits a certain response, and we learn from that response. Hey, I eat this food. This makes me feel good. This was a good event, right? I do this action. This makes me feel good. I think I'll do it again, right? This is how we grow up. We learn that culturally. We learn that through parents, through people around us. And then we learn that through ourselves going through young adulthood into adulthood. We learn to cycle around the things that cause us pleasure, right? But there's a difference between wanting and liking, which is where addiction really comes into it, right? Because dependence on a chemical causes tolerance, right? So the more we use this chemical, the less it provides for us, which means we need to use it in greater and greater amounts, or we need to do more and more extreme things to do that, right? So part of the addiction cycle is wanting, right? It's that craving, it's that urge to go use something, right? Our pursuit of that pleasure-driven event is a pleasure unto itself, right? And a lot of times when we actually do the event, use the chemical or do something else, it leaves us wanting. And it's kind of interesting how that cycle plays out.